Alrighty, welcome back to Final Fantathon, our quest to let's play every single mainline Final Fantasy game, plus some bonuses. Welcome back. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank everyone for being on this journey with me. This journey together through these games has been amazing, and we're only 2 1/4 games in. You know, like we haven't even really scratched the surface yet, but it's been such a journey already. And it's just been great to experience all the games and hear everyone's opinions, and it's just great. It's awesome. I love making these every week and reading the comments, and just exploring these games together and experiencing them has been phenomenal. So thank you guys. And thank you for all the comments on 4 episodes ago when I asked what you guys thought of the game. A lot of people commented. It was nice to see. This game is so mixed, which is great. I love how divisive this game is. The whole series is like that, but this one is hilarious. There's so many people that are like, "This is the worst game, the actual worst. It's the worst in the whole series, bar none, worst." And then there's people that are like, "This is my favorite one. I love this one." And it's so the spectrum is so large as to people's opinions. It's great. I think that I wonder if you guys agree or not. I think that with Final Fantasy, more than any other series, the one that you play first is very often your favorite. And I think it's because it's the one that gets you into the series. And I think it's the series that a lot of us love, you know? If you played Final Fantasy 3 first, it might not be the best of the whole series, but it got you into Final Fantasy. And because you played 3, you got to experience Final Fantasy, what it is, and how it works, and then play the other games. And so whenever you think Final Fantasy, you think Final Fantasy 3, because it's the one that got you there. You know what I mean? And I think that's true with a lot of people's opinions. I've heard a lot of people say stuff like, "I think 10 is the best, but 8's my favorite because it's the first one I played." I get that comment a lot. A lot of people say stuff like that. A lot of people will be like, "I think this one's better, but this is the first one I played and it's my favorite." I think that more than any other series, it's true with Final Fantasy, where it's just the series is so cool and the idea behind it is so cool that the first one you play, more often than not, ends up being your favorite. Or at least up there, you know, you have a special appreciation for the first one that you played. So, and I feel the same way about 7, because 7 is not my pick for the best one of the series, I don't think, but it's my favorite, and it's mostly because it's the game that got me into Final Fantasy. It's also the game that got me into video games as a whole, so it's very hard to look past my nostalgia for 7, because it's literally the game that made me like video games. And so it's hard for me to take off the nostalgia glasses for 7. If you ask me which one's my favorite, it's always going to be 7. But, you know, a lot of that has to do with the fact that I played it first. I still do think that 7 is one of the best, if not the best, and I think that there's a lot about it that makes it up there with the best. But, you know, bar none, it's just it's hard to look past the nostalgia sometimes. But yeah, it's been interesting to hear everyone's opinion, and you know, a lot of people say that the NES Famicom version of this game, the fan-made NES version or the original Famicom version, is so much different and better in a lot of ways. And so I do want to play that one eventually. It does really suck that we never got an English translation of the Famicom version, an official one. I think this game does it justice enough, but if I'm being honest, I really don't like the 3D look, and I think a lot of people can agree with that. Especially being on a handheld, I don't see the reason to make it 3D. You know, I'm not sure why it couldn't have just been Kind of like Final Fantasy 2 was. Like what's it called? Dawn of Souls, I think. The PSP version of 1 and 2. Where they just took the NES version and cleaned it up a bit and added more stuff. Instead of trying to, like, totally change it into a 3D game, I think it would have done a lot better that way. But I'm definitely still enjoying this game. And as I said before, you know, we're playing this one because it is the original version that we got over here. And that's the point of Fantathon. But I am more than willing to play the Famicom version at some point down the road, away from Fantathon, or even as a bonus to Fantathon. Just to see it and really see what Final Fantasy 3 was for them when it first came out. Would be cool. I need to do Toad. How did I do Toad here? I'm trying to remember everything. This is like one of the longest weeks for me, so I feel like it's been a month since I played this game. I feel like it has been. I feel like it's been so long since I played. So I'm just trying to remember. I know that we were stuck in this tower, so what we were trying to do is just kind of like grind to get to the top of the tower and not die horribly. And I went through once and picked up a lot of the chests and then warped out. So now I have a lot of the chests open so I can just kind of run through. But I still might not be strong enough to beat the tower. So I might need to train a bit more. You guys ever call it training instead of grinding? I do that sometimes because I'm used to Pokemon back. Like, one of the first grindy games I ever played was Pokemon Red. So I always called it training instead of grinding. And I still do to this day. Even though I haven't played Pokemon in years, I still say it all the time. Yeah, I don't think the graphics in this game are bad. I would have preferred something like Dawn of Souls, where it was just a nicer looking NES version. Yeah, I don't know. DS 3D is not the prettiest thing. The models look a bit whack. See you, TBN. They have TBN? I'll never forget that. For those of you that didn't watch, we did a Let's Play of the Final Fantasy VIII Remaster when it first came out. It's on the channel if you'd like to watch it. Obviously, we'll get to the original Final Fantasy VIII and Fantathon eventually, but if you want to see the remaster, you can check out that Let's Play. Spoilers, it's not great. it's not the greatest game, but we named Shiva in that playthrough TBN for TBN in the chat. And when you get to Ifrit, he normally says, "They have Shiva?" if you use Shiva on him. He has that funny line where he says that, but because we named Shiva TBN, he was like, "They have TBN?" It became a meme for a while because it was pretty funny to us. Okay, so Dawn of Souls is the GBA version. PSP is Labyrinth of Time. But didn't Dawn of Souls also have like a little bit of a graphical upgrade, or was it literally just the NES version on GBA? I want to say it had the upgrade. I know it has like the extra dungeons and stuff, but weren't the graphics also a bit better? No, I don't really recommend the remaster, to be honest. Like, if you've never played 8 and you want to just experience the story and the gameplay, and you don't want to have to go buy a PS2, then yeah, sure, like, the remaster is fine. But if you've played Final Fantasy VIII before and you have it sitting around, and you're trying to decide if you want to buy the remaster as an upgrade, I don't recommend it. It's pretty poor. They upscaled the important models, but left everything else the same. So it's really ugly to look at. Like, really ugly to look at. You'll have this, like, HD Squall model standing next to a literal cardboard cutout character. And it looks so bad. Like, it just, it looks so terrible. And then there's a glitch where sometimes the MIDI music plays for some reason. And then there's also some censorship in the game. Siren is censored. I think Shiva's censored. So yeah, it's just not the greatest. Okay, so we actually got all the way to the boss. We only fought like 2 enemies. So if we ever had a chance, now would probably be the time. Let's give it a shot. What do you have against cardboard? I did see that Final Fantasy VII got a patch. I've heard it's nothing too exciting though. It's just maybe an actual fix for the soft lock that's been there since launch, which would be really nice. I don't know why it took them so long, but how's it going, Hoffa? I, Medusa, will destroy this tower in the name of the Lord Zonde and plunge these lands into eternal darkness. Duh. That face, terrifying. Not as terrifying as that face, though. Alright, so we decided earlier, the last time we found out that stealing was useless, so we're not going to steal this time. Try Thundara. We're all doing pretty good damage. The fact that Medusa attacks twice is rough. Oh, also, I wanted to say, I read a comment that was talking about how they overtuned this version of the game, and I was thinking, it's kind of interesting because this might be one of the only Final Fantasy games that the later version is harder. You know? Like, usually the NES, Famicom, Super Nintendo versions are harder, and then when they bring them over to other newer consoles, they accidentally make it a bit easier, either by fixing stuff or just toning it down because older games were harder and newer games are easier. But this one is like a total reversal, where the earlier version was, as far as I understand, still not easy. But when they made this one, they like super overtuned it, and I'm not really sure why they chose to do that. But maybe when we do go back and play the original Japanese version, it'll feel really easy. Final Fantasy VII is a weird case because it's kind of easier, but not really. Because one of the only things they did in terms of difficulty when they moved Final Fantasy VII from the Japanese version to the American release is they lowered the encounter rate, which you would think would make the game easier, but it actually makes it a bit harder because you're usually like a bit under-leveled for the bosses. But then they also added Emerald and Ruby weapons, so if you include them as like a difficulty thing, then the newer version is obviously way harder. So it's kind of weird. Usually they keep the hard stuff for themselves and we get like easier versions of the games, but with Final Fantasy VII, they kind of accidentally made it harder and they added the super bosses. So I'll just keep Gandara. Final Fantasy IV is also really hard on DS. That's interesting. I wonder why they would do that. You would think for, you know, a Nintendo console, a handheld console, and a newer version of the game, you'd think all those three things combined would mean that they'd make it a lot easier, if anything. Either keep it the same or make it easier. I only have 3 high potions, so I don't know if I want to use them. We're doing good damage. Especially Refia. The 4DS difficulty is hard because it's based on the Japanese version. That makes sense. Okay. You're gonna be a cure bot now, but I don't know how much a full party cure will do. Probably not a lot. Actually, not that bad, but not enough to survive that. He's supposed to be my tank, too. Oh my god. She has so much health. Yes! We did it! Holy cow. Dash, don't get too close. The fire. I think it's going to blow up. I finally remember everything. Just in time. I love when characters remember stuff right at the right time. I'm the guardian of this tower, an ancient, as you call us. I was asleep for a very long time. I was supposed to awaken when this tower was in danger. I guess I slept a bit too long. It took me forever to remember my task. The damage is extensive, but it's not too late. What even is happening there? Like, it looks like a giant bowl with like Minecraft lava pouring in it. I don't get what's going on. It's not fire, it's like lava. At this rate, the floating continent will be flung away from the sun. The negative effects on its inhabitants are unimaginable. I'll go inside and try to stabilize the tower. I guess this is goodbye. I thank you for everything you've done for me, and it was fun being with you guys. Dash, no, you're going to die if you go in there. Yeah, but did you just listen to him? He said the planet's gonna get flung away from the sun. That sounds a bit worse, to be honest. This is my destiny. Go to the Dwarves' Island. That is where you'll find the power of fire. Random hint as to where to go next. I won't forget you. Goodbye. Dash! This is my destiny. Aye! Yow, ouch. The Enterprise? Did Dash send us here? What do you mean? Look, the maelstrom is weakening. We can get out. Great. I don't remember where that was. We are on Dash's debt. We must go onwards to the Dwarves Island. Dash, please be safe. I don't think he's safe. Oh, okay, right here. I don't know. Land. Can I not land? I thought I could land anywhere. Ah, jam. I feel like... Okay, forget what I was gonna say. We're fighting mermaids. Hey, we got like fully healed. I feel like we're not very far in this game, and I already feel like the story has a lot of like, oh, we just magically appeared where we needed to be, and oh, the pirates just gave us their ship, and oh, everything just worked out fine. You know. There wasn't even like it didn't even look like he cast anything on us to teleport us out. He just jumped in and then we just appeared on our ship. Congrats, Patches. Yeah, the story feels very all over the place. I'm not saying it's bad yet. It's just, I get the feeling that it's very all over the place. In the intro for the DS version, didn't help either, because that was really bizarre. Ew. Gross fish. I didn't mind 2's story. I just think it was a bit dry, especially near the end. The beginning was exciting enough, but the end was kind of just like, the Emperor! Defeat him! Oh, he got away! The Emperor! Defeat him! Oh, he got away! That was like the last 2 hours of the story. But, no, I didn't really mind 2's story. It was simple, but it did the job. I didn't expect a crazy story. It was much more grounded than, like, even Final Fantasy 1's story. You know? Like, Final Fantasy 1's story was 4 random people with orbs appear, time travel. The end. You know? At least 2's was kind of like... made sense. I just didn't really like the characters in 2 because they were kind of lame. Dwarven Hollows. Lolly ho! We're a bit little, but we're in big trouble. Okay. Lolly ho! Humans, welcome to the Dwarven Hollows! Do all the dwarves say lolly ho? Because that's adorable. How come I never get mail? Pretty lame. What the heck is Mog House? Wait. I don't remember that. I didn't give Maria the bow. That's why the story didn't make sense. We put a ward around the shrine. No one can get close. We'll defend the last horn. Okay. Gutsko the rogue. He stole a horn. Smart he is, but a rascal too. The 2 horns made of ice. They're our treasure, our precious. One of them was plundered and pilfered, stolen by a scoundrel. It must be found. I don't know why, but the way your characters like stand around while you're shopping is the cutest thing. I want this in like the newer games. I want this in like the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I wanted to see Tifa like standing there, and then you scroll over the gloves and she's like, "Hey, that's me." Like, look at this. She's like, "Hey, hey, I want that. Hey, hey, give me that." I don't remember what we have. We have a bunch of ice stuff. Yeah, we don't have... We have shell armor. We have flame mail. Usually if the game is trying to sell me a bunch of ice stuff, it's because I'm gonna need ice protection, so... I guess it makes sense, huh? Okay, so that would give you 4. That would give you 3. Ooh, you could equip the ice helm? Oops. You can't, obviously. I'm going to give you the ice helm, because you need the armor. You can get the ice armor. I feel kind of bad. I feel kind of bad for Refia. Like, even the red mage can equip a bunch of good stuff. Refia gets kind of nothing. I still feel like she's not that squishy, though. Congrats, Mugan. Tearfing. Fire staff. The ice staff might be... Oh wait, I do have an ice staff already, okay. Diamond Bell. Who the heck attacks with a bell? Sounds like something like Kate Sith would do or something. Yo, Sid, thank you for the gifted sub to Mugan. Welcome, Mugan. Warriors of the Light, did you ever know that out to sea, far, far to the east, is a peninsula with a village called Yashao? Okay. Let me give you a brief description of your jobs. Warriors are weapon experts. Their advanced ability allows them to deal even more damage than normal, but they get hit a lot harder. Monks are very resilient melee fighters. Their retaliate ability allows them to counterattack while on the defensive. Their mages use white and black magic, but they cannot use high-level spells from either school. Thieves are very fast and agile, and they can swing their weapons lightning fast. They also have the ability to pick locked doors. Steel ability allows them to take items from enemies. Also, everyone will take less damage while escaping if they use fleet. Oh, Thief sounds like actually useful. I'm kind of sad that the red mage can't equip any high-level spells. Kind of wonder if I should change her. But I do need a white mage, so I think I'll stick with the red mage. Actually, I have a lot of money. The Master of Unlocking. There was a shiny tower to the north. After the earthquake, it was gone, but there's a big hole where it was. That rascal Gutsgo's made off with a horn of ice. He made his getaway through the underground lake. We can't go after him because dwarves can't swim, but you're humans. Humans can swim. You must aid us with your amphibious abilities. Okay. Is that down here? In we go. Oh no, are we turning ourselves into toads again? Why do they have to be toads? Why can't we just swim? We swam before. Death UF in the chat. We're going toad again. Can I go? Can I untoad now? I see. It's not because we didn't have to just swim across. We had to swim under, like all the way down into this cave. Yo, how's it going, Mavic? How we doing today? I'm terrified. Manticore. Ouch. Oh, there goes that ice protection already. Yeah, this game had some really unique ideas with, like, making yourself... You had to give yourself bad ailments to, like, get through dungeons. What was the other thing we were talking about? Oh yeah, buying in bulk. If you buy in bulk in this game, items are cheaper. Like, what a cool idea. I should stop attacking. I should be using, this. How dare you? Why does everything turn me to stone in this game? What's with the old Final Fantasies and their, like, addiction to stone? There's enemies in every dungeon that turn you to stone. Should have bought more needles. Makes animations easier. The game won't lag as much if they're always stone and can't move. Nice. I guess that makes up for it. Refia is starting to do big damage. Oh, so by the way, I did not get a PS5 yesterday, although I tried. I told everyone I was going to try to get a PS5, but if I didn't get one, it was fine, because we don't need to rush into it. But I figured I'd try just to see. And it was horrendous. I hated every second of it. Kind of want to die. The whole PS5 launch has been a complete disaster. It's the worst thing ever. I can't believe we're still at the point where, like, we can't figure out how to sell our consoles. I don't understand it. I've been going over it in my head, and I just don't get it. Like, I don't understand. So, like, when Nintendo sold the Nintendo Switch, they purposefully sold less. They purposefully stocked less so that everyone would feel like, oh my god, I gotta get one, while it's hot. That was like their plan, right? Like planned scarcity, right? And so Sony, literally copying off of everything Nintendo does, because that's what they do, we're like, we can do that. But the way they're doing it is bizarre, to say the least. Like, no one is getting them. Like, no one. They can't sell them. I don't know a single person that actually purchased a PS5 online at Walmart yesterday, and they had 4 different times they were selling them. And the problem is that they're all getting botted. So yesterday, Walmart had online orders at noon, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. I was there for each one of those times. I was there a minute before and sat here and pressed refresh. And the second the clock turned, Walmart's website crashed all 4 times. And as that happened, you could literally go over to eBay, and there was a whole new listing of several PS5s for $1,200 and plus. They're all just getting botted. I don't understand how Sony doesn't see this, that no one is receiving their consoles. They're all just getting botted and then sold on eBay. Like, it's insane. And they don't think like, oh, we should just maybe send them physically to the stores, or like, and I know with like, the issues going on right now, it's hard to do that, but it's not impossible. They already did it with GameStop. If you heard about the whole GameStop ordeal, they sent physical PS5s to GameStops and told everyone to show up at GameStops, and then when they showed up at the GameStops, they realized that there was only like 3 consoles, and there was like 50 people in line outside of GameStop for hours, and they walked in and they were like, we got 3 of them, so figure it out. Like, the whole thing has just been a disaster. I don't understand why they can't just... I mean, maybe it's dumb of me to assume that they could just make more, like, especially right now. Maybe it's just impossible for them to make more, I get it. But man, it has just been an absolute horrible experience trying to get a PS5, or even just... And who knows when we'll be able to just literally go and buy one. Yo, to Irish, with a tier 2, 29 months. No one was able to snag one. You're the only person I know that owns one. You're the only person I know that has one. It's complete nonsense. And I kind of hate it. But I'm not blaming anyone, because I know it's probably just because of the way it is, but man, it's been a disaster. And it makes me mad that I turn on my phone, I go to YouTube, I get a PS5 ad. I open up Reddit, I get a PS5 ad. I turn on my PS4, there's a thing on my dashboard that says PS5 Remote Play, as if I can use that. I turn on the TV, I get a PS5 ad. I can't get away from PS5 ads, and yet I couldn't purchase one if I wanted to. You know how frustrating that is? Like, it'd be one thing if I was getting ads for something that I could purchase but didn't want to, but I want one, and I can't purchase one, and I keep getting ads like, buy one, buy one, buy one. I'm like, I'm trying, I can't. I feel like the Zach meme. I feel like the Zach meme where he goes, I'm trying. Like, I can't buy one. It's so annoying. Bro, every single PS5 at Walmart got bought by a bot. Every single one. I don't know a single person that purchased one. I went on Twitter and everyone was just saying it was a joke. And it was a joke. Yo, Shane, thank you for the 26 months. Welcome back, dude. Yeah, it was a complete joke. Like I said, I was there for all 4 times, minutes before it started, hitting refresh, and the second the clock turned over, Walmart's website crashed. The whole website. Not just the page, the whole website crashed. All 4 times. It's like, can you guys not figure out a better way to do this? I don't understand. The GameStop one, they didn't even give a time. I talked about this before. The GameStop one, literally hours before they sold them, you got stuck on a page that said you're in line, but you weren't in line. It was just a fake page so that their website didn't crash. It was like a ghost page that said you're in line, but you weren't. So everyone's just sitting on this page that says you're in line. Meanwhile, the bots are just buying them all. So that was a complete disaster. And then the people that went there physically, there was like 3 at the store. So that was a complete disaster. And then Walmart's, the whole website crashed. And only the bots got to buy them. And they give 4 specific times. But, like, how did they not... After the first time when the website crashed, you'd think they would have been like, okay, let's change it up. But no, they just let it crash 4 more times. Like, there's got to be a better way to do this, guys. Like... We gotta fix this. We can't, every time a new console comes out, it can't just be like, well, let's just let everyone go nuts and let all the bots pick it up. And then everyone has to buy it off eBay. The scalpers are just insane. I just don't understand. I don't understand how we live on a planet where scalpers are such a problem. And if ever there was a problem with scalpers, it was this year. With all the buying up of toilet paper and stuff. Like, this should have proven to all of us that, like, there's just so many of them that are willing to just ruin everyone's time to make a buck. And it's so sad. It's so sad that there's so many. And we'll never really have a solution for it. Like, I don't know, man. What? Those are stalagmites? Really? Those look more like jellies. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm sure there's some scalpers out there just trying to make a living, but to me, I feel like it's a horrible thing to do. All these people spend all this time to create a console, and Sony, like, sells it for a price, and you just bought it and then sell it for more. Doing none of the work and just making the money. To me, that's pretty terrible. I mean, I think maybe there's an argument for the PS5s. I think it's a bad argument, but I think there's maybe an argument. Like, to me, it's just daylight robbery, but if you want to make an argument for scalpers, whatever. I think we can all agree that the scalpers during the toilet paper shortage and the hand sanitizer shortage, those people can, you know, get on a train and go somewhere else, if you know what I'm saying. Those people are diabolical. I don't understand what goes through someone's head when they're like, let's buy up all the toilet paper. Did you see the guy on the news that was trying to like defend himself with the oh my god. That truly the pinnacle of the human condition. This guy. This guy bought up like, he had like a whole garage full of toilet paper and hand sanitizer, and the news people came up and were like, why did you buy all this? Are you scalping and selling these on eBay? And he's like, no, I just, you know, I go to the bathroom a lot, and, you know, my hands are dirty a lot, you know, and I just thought, you know, this is a great time to buy it all. These people are just evil. Just really, just the most selfish people on the planet. Ooh, we got bombs. So, it seems like there's a lot of ice enemies down here, but then we randomly got bombs. Yeah, a lot of those people got in big trouble, and I'm so glad they did. I was kind of afraid they wouldn't, because, like, I figured there's no law against buying a bunch of toilet paper, like, you bought it with your own money, but there actually is laws in place for, like, hoarding stuff, especially during a time when people need it. So they got theirs, like, big time. The one guy got, like, bankrupt over it. And I was like, sorry, man. I don't feel bad for you. I really don't. If you're profiting off of someone else's expense, I don't feel bad for you. I don't really care what it is, you know? That's just me personally. I think a lot of people probably disagree and say, like, well, that's just good business, or that's just, you know, capitalism, that's the way it works. But for me, if you're profiting off of someone else's expense, it's bad no matter what. That's probably a kind of an extreme view, but that's just the way I was raised, I guess. Like when I worked that sales job, as soon as I realized that I was kind of profiting off of people's expense, because not really the sales part of it, because people could easily just say no to me, but the people that were working behind the scenes were awful. They were like just bad people, and I was like, I can't work for this company. And I don't know if a lot of people would be that way. I think that some people just say, well, that's just capitalism. But for me, I can't work in a place where people are getting, like, taken advantage of as, like, the core motive of the company. Like if it's happening, it happens, right? But, like, if the core motive of the company is, like, steal, 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 profit, like, I can't work for you. You know? And I worked for a company who would just steal people's websites. Like, they would just take a website and just take the source code of the website and just take all the pictures. Like, this is my job, okay? My job, they would send me a website and they'd be like, we like this website. And then my job was to take the source code of the website, and I had a program that would peel all of the images off the website, so I get like a giant document of just all the pictures that were on any JPEGs that were used on the site. And then you would take, it was a pill company. You would take the pills they were advertising and Photoshop out their pill and Photoshop in our pill. And then they would just publish the website. You know? Like, I've heard of companies before stealing pictures. That happens. Especially if it's like a very public picture that isn't like a big deal. But not only would they take the pictures, but they just publish the website and just change the links to like their own store. So it would be like a landing website, but then when you clicked buy or whatever, it would go to their store instead of the original store. And I'm like, wait, this is how you sell your stuff? And I asked them, I was like, how do you like sleep at night doing this? And their response, as I'm sure you can guess what their response was, they said that everyone did it. Like, that was just the way the market was. That's what everyone did. You know? That's what everyone did. That's every company in their field would steal each other's websites and do that. And that's what everyone did, right? And I felt the same way as Gritty did at first. I was like, well, no one's being hurt. No one's being taken advantage of. It's just, it's more of like a shortcut for their work, you know? Like, no one's getting hurt. They're just lazy. And that's the way I walked into it, you know? Like, okay, that's just incredibly lazy, but no one's being hurt. But the more I was there, the more I realized, A, just because someone's getting hurt doesn't mean it's not wrong. You're still stealing. Someone still made that website and you're just taking it. And B, there was way more stuff going on at that place. Like, that was the top, you know. It was the fact that they were willing to do that so easily told volumes about the rest of what they did. You know what I mean? Like, I noticed very quickly that was the least worrying thing that company did. As soon as they started telling me about their bank accounts in the Caribbean, I was like, man, I'm feeling sick for the next 5 years. Looks like I'm gonna have to quit. Like, you know, like, I got that feeling real quick that that was the best thing that company did, was steal websites. So yeah, I was out, but I remember, and there was one guy there that worked there that was so nice. He was so nice to me, and I told him, I was like, why do you work here? And he was like, well, you know, I gotta pay the bills and stuff, but you know, if you have any other avenues, you might wanna get out. That place was the worst, because I remember that guy that was so nice, he did all the coding. Like, he did everything. The guy that was running the company did, like, nothing. He was just the face of the company. This guy did everything, and he got paid, like, nothing. And that head honcho guy, of course, drove a Lambo to work every day and bragged about how much money he had all the time. And this guy that was, like, doing all the coding was like, yeah, I might be able to afford Subway today. And I was like, this is the worst company. Get me out of here. I worked there for a week. I tried so hard to get that job, too. I had to do, like, several interviews for that job. Finally got it, worked there a week. And I was like, nope, this ain't it. I'm gonna be miserable here. And that's when I realized that my moral compass is too, I don't know what adjectives to get, too strong, I guess, to work at a company that I know is wrong, you know? Like, even if they paid me insanely well, which they paid me pretty well for what I did. I didn't do a lot for them. I was more of like a contractor to them. I didn't really work. I don't think I was on their payroll. I wasn't on their payroll. I worked as like a contractor for them. And they paid me pretty well for doing not very much work. But my moral compass is too great. They would pay me, and I just put the money in a bank account because I was like, I don't want to spend this money. It was like dirty money. like I don't even want to use this money. And that's when I knew, like, I can't work at this place because I can't spend the money they give me. Like, it just feels wrong. Like, I just feel like this money is not good. I feel like I want to take all this money and give it to that guy that was doing all the work. Like, I want to give it to that guy coding and just be like, take my paycheck because you're doing all the work. I do practically nothing, and this company is a scam. So just take the money and run, dude. I'll work an extra 3 weeks and make your paycheck again and give it to you so you make double money, and then you could just leave and find another job within the next month and you'll be set. Because I can't spend this money. Yeah, and that was the day I quit EA. Oh god, look at him! It's like a zombie merman. That was the day I quit EA. Is that a Murloc? EA Sports, it's in the landfill. Refia, you are so squishy, it's painful. EA's side project pills. I will say this though, and I don't know this for a fact, but the one thing that kept me there for a week, because I probably would have quit even quicker, the thing that kept me there for a week was that I had heard that was like the time, I don't know if it's still like this or not, to be honest, but I love that gif. Nicholas Cage, thank you so much for the 28 months, dude. Welcome back. Oh, Shane, they give it the 26 months too. I don't know if I actually said thanks, but thank you. And Captain, they give it the 500 bits. It's good to have you back, man. I don't know if it's still like this, but there was a time when I was in college when supplement pills were like, I don't even know, they were like a fad. Like, they were the pogs of that year, where just supplement pills were everywhere. I don't know if it's the same way now. It was when, like, being fit and stuff was just super in, and, like, the Biggest Loser was like the biggest show ever, and Jillian Michaels was like superstar status, and just being fit was just the cool thing. And supplement pills were just everywhere, and people were saying like most of it was crap, like most of it was fish oil, like most of it was just total crap. And well, fish oil would actually be good. Snake oil. It was all snake oil. So, like, you didn't know what to buy. A lot of it was just nothing. And there was a ton of pyramid schemes at the time. I bet you... Okay, just to test. Does anyone here know someone that got stuck in a supplement pill pyramid scheme? Anybody? I knew several people. And there were multiple. They weren't all just supplement pills. There were some that were like food programs. There were like the funny ones that were like knives and forks and like cutlery. there was all sorts of ones like that. But I knew several people that called me out of the blue after I had not talked to them in years, and they were like, you know, you're not going to believe this deal. I can not only sell you these pills, but I can get you on the plan, and you can sell other people the pills, and we both make money. You ever get one of those calls? Oh my god, I got so many of them. I had people coming out of the woodwork from high school. Listen, I got these knives. They're so good. They cut iron. But more importantly, I can give you the set, and you can sell them, and we both make money. And I'm like, please, dude, we haven't talked in 10 years. No. And I knew so many people that got into this, and the supplement pills were a big one. You'd get like a whole manual of like supplement stuff, and you would just sell this to people, and it was a huge pyramid scheme garbage. And I could talk about pyramid schemes all day because I know a lot about them. I don't know if you guys like know a lot about pyramid schemes, but the very quick cut and dry of it is you never make as much money as the people above you, and you always end up short no matter what. The amount you buy versus the amount you sell, you always end up short, and the people at the top win and everyone else loses. And then eventually they just leave you. And that's the way pyramid schemes work. And there were so many with supplement pills. And the worst part was that a lot of the supplement pills were just garbage. They were just snake oil. And the one thing that kept me there at that job for more like a week was that I felt like the pill they were selling was actually good. It wasn't snake oil. I could be wrong. I never took it myself. But from what I understood, the pill was actually good. That what they were selling was actually a good product. So that's what made me feel like, you know, maybe they're being really scummy with their advertising. A lot of companies are. But at least the company itself, its core values, are selling a decent product. So that's what kept me there for a week. I was like, you know, if I can get through the scumminess of their marketing, you know, the people at the core are good. But then when they started talking about Caribbean bank accounts, I was like, okay, never mind, get me out. I'm not all about that. But yeah, that was my short stint with sales. That was my second sales job. My first sales job was for DirecTV, and that was kind of lame also. What in the world? He looks like he's wearing a tuba. He looks like he's wearing a... What is this guy? He looks like he's wearing an inner tube, and he's got a squirt gun, and a wig, and then like flippers on his ears, but then also wings. This is the weirdest, ugliest model I've ever seen in my life. Go away, scat, skittles, gabobble. The horn is mine, mine I tell you. Now he's gonna look completely different. Okay. Listen. First of all, not even close. Okay. Second of all, why is he like a Greek god? Why does he look like Hermes? What? I thought he was supposed to just be a rogue. What? The bait and switch. He changed colors. What's going on here? Oh, a high potion. Ow. I thought he had like a bow. Why is he punching us? Thank you for the 100 bits, half. How's it going, Miles? Good to see you. What a weird enemy. He's so buff. No. Ow. Yeah, I heard that that's something they added in this one to like overtune it. Oh, Arrow's supposed to be good against flying enemies. Is they made all the bosses like attack twice, and it feels really unfair, to be honest. This is the new Bowflex seller. The new Bowflex character. Get Bowflex and you can be a flying Greek god like me. Just use a potion up here. Look at you. Now back to me. You're not me. Get a Bowflex. Be like me. Kablam. For only 387 monthly payments. That sounds about right. This looks like an enemy that Kratos kills during, like, the opening cutscene of one of his games. Like, before you even get control, this guy's like, I'm gonna destroy Athens! And then Kratos just, like, walks in and cuts his head off. And then that's, like, where the game starts. Oh, man. Dude, I got some HD glasses. They really work. They make real-life HD. I don't think I'll ever understand the marketing strategy of the HD glasses. Because they actually work. Like, they're pretty good. But they don't make life HD. They just have a filter that makes it a bit easier to see through bright air, like through the sun and through bright lights. Like, it kind of filters the light and it's easier to see, right? But I guess explaining that was too hard, so they were just like, it's HD! They just thought of, like, the easiest buzzword they could think of, you know? No, they're better than sunglasses. They are. Like, the sunglasses are good outside, but bad inside. These things you can wear anywhere, and it makes everything look nicer. But they had to come up with, like, a buzzword to sell it. So there was, like, HD! Everyone likes the word HD. I mean, technically, it makes sense. Because HD just means high definition. It's just, to us, gamers, us gamer greasers, HD means, like, 1080p. So to us, it's like, what are you talking about? But, like, technically, yeah, I guess you could say it's high definition. I mean, sort of, I don't know. For us, it sounds so stupid, but to anyone else, they're like, okay, well, I upgraded my SD TV to an HD TV, it's time to upgrade my SD glasses to HD glasses. It makes sense. He vanished? Anyway, let's bring the horn back to the dwarves. Why don't we pick up all this gold? Why do we always get fully healed after bosses? I mean, I'm not complaining, it's just kind of weird. I wonder if the original did that. Are we not going to take all this gold? OLED glasses. I'm trying to remember. Oh, they're right here. You want to see? I wasn't kidding. I seriously am. Look, here they are. Check it out. Yeah. I can see you guys in HD now. Check that out. You kidding me? These are sick. Excellent. I can see 9 dimensions now. We're all in HD. Yeah. I wasn't kidding though. I actually do have them.
Who's that Pokemon?
And they, like I said, they look nice. Like even looking at like the screen looks kind of nicer. You don't get as much brightness from the screen. You know, it's kind of like looking at your phone with like the perfect lighting conditions so it doesn't feel really bright on your eyes. That's how this, yeah. They're pretty nice, honestly. And they look nice. So. I would almost guarantee they are better for driving than like regular sunglasses. I would definitely say. How's it going, Mirandalorian? Is my webcam looking good? Yeah. I thought it was like moving in slow motion for a second. It's not. It's looking good. I'm still kind of testing the webcam with the new USB hub. It looks good though. Like I can do the my hand is a dolphin thing, and it looks good. Okay, should we teleport out? We might have to. I don't know if we're allowed to leave with the frog thing. The problem is, I saw the world with the HD glasses, so now everything looks terrible. What? Hold on. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. Ghostbusters. Somebody call Ghostbusters. We got a problem. Lolly ho, lolly ho! Thank you for returning the horn. Put it back on the shrine beside the other. I'll take down the ward. Here you go, lolly ho! You can approach the shrine now and put the horn back where it belongs. This is a terrible idea. Ha ha ha! I was disguised as your shadow. Thanks for leading me up onto the shrine. Now both horns are mine. No. No. Not a good time, Patches. We're not happy about this. Thank you for the bits. What? How'd you do that? And why do you keep stealing the horns in the first place? You silly twits. These are the horns of ice, wards against the fire crystal's flame. They are the key to the tunnel leading to the crystal. Now that I have them both, the power of the crystal of fire is mine. Mine! But Where is the cave? Stop! The Dwarven Treasury's up ahead. I'm going for the treasure.